Nyabura Garbichum. Tawil Wilker. South Sudan.
Chalagwagan and Mebaga, John and what the Ajanaga on a Marma Jogan. Tagarun did.
Mecha come ne came to talk to you when you think one can another mention a good or can I make a teach. Mexican, you come there, you know, you poor, you know, you bunting.
Chị đọt cái này cô chị đón nó biến ngọc cô chị này cái luồng cặp mà nó còn cái gì cái đọt cô tel một luồng này cặp này điện này cô bằng ngọc anh cả
Ba con gạt cái chị này ba con cháu đấy đọt.
The recent conflict in South Sudan has brought over 100,000 refugees to Ethiopia who are now settling into various camps set by the Ethiopian government and UNHCR and in partnership with other non-governmental organizations, the majority being women and children.
Starting from the mid of December, the conflict is broken in the southern Sudan and more than 185 refugees are just flying to the Ethiopian basically in the three entry points, that is Pagak, Burbie and Akobo. And now just when you see the Kule camp, it's more than 50,000 refugees are living here. From among them, just 85 to 90% is women and children, and 60 and 65% is children. And you find thousands of children when you move across the camps. When it comes to just the implementing partners, there are many in number just operating in the Kule camp.
Some of them, they supplied us with water, like Oxfam. MSF is here for health, and also Goal is here for nutrition, and NRC is here for building our Terigole, and Plan International is here to establish education for our children, and also WFP for food, UNHCR for protection of all refugees.
In the midst of conflict, children's needs are easily overlooked. This is why at the refugee camps in Ethiopia, Plan International has established its presence. Its core function being child protection, the organization has set up various processes and activities to ensure that the basic rights of children are met in the midst of difficult circumstances such as these.
We have 8 impact areas. Among those 8 impact areas, first the priority one is child protection and education. So we are just now being to address the work on child protection and education in emergency.
Plan International Ethiopia has set up an emergency program with which to engage children at the Kule and Tierkidi camps. The program includes child protection in emergency, which encompasses the identification of unaccompanied and separated children, management of child-friendly spaces within the camps, and community-based child protection mechanisms, working with social workers from within the community. They provide trainings to enable them work more efficiently.
We were 30 in number with the social workers. So we have been working with the children regarding for child protection, prevent the children for the physical abuse and sexual abuse also, and even the emotional abuse also, psychological abuse.
They have also set up an education program.
Our priority, our target area is primary ECCD, that is targeting children under age 3 to 6, and primary education in the lower primary education grade level 1 to 4. But we all just working on children under 18.
We need them to educate them to be a future nation tomorrow for our country. For each class, then 160. We are teaching mathematics, English, social studies, CREs, and basic science also. And the age which we are now teaching here in this primary is from age 7 above.
There are also child-friendly spaces within which a variety of activities are available for children to engage in, including games, sports, traditional songs and dances, storytelling, and free playing. A 17 youth club has also been created with recreational materials for football and volleyball provided for teenagers.
We have just one tailless and one safe center in Zone A and B, and we have one center in Zone D and C. Similar child-friendly space and education in emergency. So we have 2 blocks here with having 8 classrooms, and we possibly just reach to 2,400 students in the round shift. And this CFS is open for the children, and the children are coming regularly to engage in different activities, and we are just reaching 5,888 children. We as a plan working in community-based child protection structures. So we are just organizing and building the existing social structures and or establishing a new structure for the community so as to just reach the community at the ground, to find and to solve their problems by themselves. Where he just the facilitator, the project owner is the community and the RCC.
Muga chara de gar ko te la kana share ko gan mi kam je kwan mi je chama je ni chia. Si lo de lo mi chere nga ka muga. De chara ti wi de bat. De dual gor ga de ti de ga.
Ngana wo dual ga ka wan si jen kila ga ta.
La wa dual gor ni siang. Baban ngar ga ku.
For the teenagers, access to education is a problem as there is still no school for them. Nyadao and Nyaboy spend their days ensuring that their younger siblings are fed and generally taken care of.
Little one check little one can't just go man. Can't all go on a ladder can't just go and well go could be long call a guara. Can't just go with your man. Don't again cool, don't again put it on quite because I'll go my young native in your woman. Then in your bus, some don't get well go. Can I let you? Can it let Shankan?
Tông mi mẹ đây này xong mi là dân này trung hoa là long tiền là thấy chỉ cần bây giờ quay mẹ trên này cái giấc tiền là đi mi chỉ đùa tel cô ra khắp dân qua tabu là giấc tiền này mi ti chiên đuôi chỉ tabu đi rồi giấc tabu như thế đi rồi đu cô qua đu thế rồi là cái được là thế cái long quay mẹ là bung gori là.
But even with the current school that has been established, there are a number of challenges that the children and teachers are facing.
Sitting conducive room at one form contain 8 pupils. Because of that, it is very difficult for the ventilation of the children. If one form is now crowding, it is very difficult for the student to learn. We have shortage of exercise books because one student now carrying one book. Challenges for the bags for the students because during the rain season, maybe the rain can come at early morning. And we need office for the teachers will be there. Grade 1 is now beyond. Many students are now increased. They are now under 3, needing the classroom for them.
The number of children is more than 27,000 in this camp. So it's very, very difficult and very challenging even for us to address all the demands of the children.
The established camps have exceeded their planned maximum capacity, and as the fighting continues and the food security situation worsens in South Sudan, the forecast of South Sudan refugees is expected in Ethiopia to rise to 350,000 by the end of 2014. This means that Plan International and other organizations operating at the refugee camps need more in order for them to do more.
Now just we are starting this project here in the Kule camp, and we are able to reach only 5% of the total number of children here. And we are just aggressively doing and soliciting grants to scale up and to keep the continuity of the project. So we are closely work with our national office, and we are closely working with the UN agencies and other donor organizations to just exploit and explicit additional grants so as to able to reach number of children. That is 27,000 of children. We hope that just to see the children living in a more resilient community or in a resilient family. So we are just aggressively working in the coming days to build or to create a resilient community, to have each children have access to education and protect them from any further harm and violence.
We are here to live until our problem is being normal in South Sudan. If the war is still continued there in the field, I think our community should be here always, and then we can serve them for the need they are doing or they are needing.
Tiga dul gor ko maga jeg de ka do de we lo de ugil na ka de lunja ko de gwa ti chawda tina dang de ugu
lo jin ba la da ma ba gwa
Siang ada ne de tin me ka na da kala siang mu gwa long tele mi je na ga long o mi che gwa ra chang gwa ne wal de lo jo